Hey guys, good morning, happy Wednesday or happy hump day, whichever you prefer. If you are not familiar with me or this is your first time watching, my name is Burjo Elise Fully Love, and I am the owner of Be Elise Notary Services as well as the Notary Education Group. Today we're going to be talking about Notary Verbiage first Notary Certificates. And for those of you who are already notaries performing the job, you know that it is the same thing. All right, so we're going to be talking about the 5 W's and the H of the notary certificate and notary verbiage. All right, so I guess I'll wait a little bit and see who's going to jump on. I see the notification just went out saying that I am live. I'm currently driving from FedEx. I had two early morning appointments today. All right, can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. I think I fixed it. All right, perfect. So I got to re-say everything else that I said. I wanted to be at home when I went live, but I had 2 early morning appointments today, which is why I'm out. I'm leaving FedEx and I'm on my way back to my home office right now. But good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday or happy hump day, however you prefer to refer to today. It is super hot here in South Florida. That's where I'm located. If this is your first time tuning in to me, my name is Burjo Elise Fully Love. I am the owner of Be Elise Notary Services as well as the Notary Education Group. I am currently driving, so if you guys could please drop in the comments, say hello, good morning, let me know where you are watching from. That would be awesome. Today we're going to be talking about notary verbiage versus notary certificates. For those of you who have been doing notary for a while, you know that that is the same thing. But I have been seeing some talk in the notary Facebook groups where people were kind of confused about it. So I wanted to talk about it today. So the way I'm going to explain it is we're going to be talking about the 5 W's and the H. Many of you should remember that from elementary school. But that is the way that I decided I would explain it because it just seems like it would be self-explanatory and a little easier to understand for some people. Okay. So the first W we're going to talk about is the who. Who needs the notary certificate and notary verbiage? Well, in order for us to fulfill our notarial duties, we do have to have a notary certificate present in order for us to complete a notary act. At no time are we ever to just sign our name and apply a stamp if there is not any notary verbiage or certificate present. All right, so that's the who. Who needs it? All notaries need it. All right, now the what. What is the notary verbiage? What is the notarial certificate? The notary verbiage and notary certificate tells what took place for the notary act to be completed, right? It's telling the what type of notarization, how the person appeared before us, the time, the location, not the time, the location, the date, and, you know, the signer name, our name, etc. That is what the notarial certificate does. And this is why it is required. Because without it, they don't know what was done, what took place. All they know is that a notary signed this document and stamped it. Okay, why did you sign this document and stamp it? All right, why? Because this person who came before me wanted you to know that they actually signed the document. Okay, we are authenticating identity and signatures of the identified individual. So that is why. Okay, I had a person mention in the Facebook group, all the times that I presented a notarized document for legal purposes, nobody ever asked me what type of notarization I wanted. And that may be because there was already notary verbiage attached. If there's already a certificate or verbiage pre-printed onto the document and it's evident the type of notarization we're performing, we do not have to ask the signer to choose. We only need the signer to choose the type of notarization if there is not a certificate or notary verbiage already present. So this is why you probably were never asked, because it already probably was present on the document itself. Okay? Now, when do we need to use notary certificates and verbiage? We need to use it all the time. Okay? It always has to be present. If there is no notary verbiage or certificate already present, then yes, we do need to ask the signer to choose. Now, I always get the question of which one is better. And the answer to that question is neither is better. Okay? One type of notarization over the other will not make your document more legal or more valid. It's just that we need it to be present in order for us to notarize your document. We cannot notarize a document that is missing notary verbiage or notary certificate. We just can't. Okay? So that's when it needs to be used. It needs to be used every time, no matter what. Okay? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Stephanie, this is what I was talking about yesterday when you asked about phone service providers. They all suck. Okay. I am using T-Mobile right now. So yeah, they all suck. I don't like any of them. It's just based on what you want to pay. So I don't even know when the sound stopped. I don't know what you guys heard, what you guys didn't hear. So if you can please tell me in the comments where it went mute so that I can repeat myself, because I really wanted you guys to hear what I am saying. I hope it didn't stop when I was on the explaining the W's and the H, because that's gonna suck. I'm almost home, so I will get on my computer, which I wanted to do it from my computer anyway. It's just that I knew I was not going to make it home in time to start the live. I'm almost there. Okay. Let me just get to the house. I'm up the street right now. That way I don't have to worry about my connection muting me. And I gotta use the bathroom really bad. I had a whole cup of coffee before I left. And I just did 2 appointments, so my bladder is screaming at me right now. Okay. Finally home. Okay. I heard something about the client choosing a certificate. Okay. All right, good. I'll leave my notary bag in the car for now. Let's get to my computer. Okay. Give me a second. Mm, head hurts. If my computer will go onto the internet. Sheesh. All right, so you guys heard up to the point where I was talking about the certificates. Okay. Okay. Enter studio. I gotta type this in again. Oh my God. Okay, notary submitted. Empowered. Okay, here I am. I'm sorry, guys. Um, the reason I went live on my phone is because I knew I wasn't gonna make it home in time to start, and I didn't want to hold you guys and have you guys looking like, okay, here she go again, not showing up. You know, that's the woes of being full time now. It's just not enough time in the day sometimes. So what I was saying was, if there is no notary verbiage or notary certificate present, then the signer has to choose. And many times when I tell a signer that, they'll ask, well, which one is better? Just use the one that's better, but neither one is better. Neither notarization type is going to make the document more legal or more valid, but it has to be present in order for me to notarize the document. I can't notarize the document without notary verbiage or a notary certificate present. And that's just it. So they have to choose, okay? You explain to them the different types, you explain the acknowledgement, which is them acknowledging their signature on the document that they were willing and aware to sign, okay? Then you have the jurat. The jurat is the sworn statement, all right, where they're swearing under penalty or perjury that the statements in the document are true to their knowledge and that they are willing and aware to sign it, okay? That's basically it. One tells a little bit more than the other, but they both tell the story of what took place during the time of notarization. All right. And it has to be present. That's it. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Neither one is better than the other one. It just has to be present. I'm happy I'm home. I need to go to the bathroom, but I wanted to show you guys the notary certificate, because for some of you who have never notarized a document, you're like, okay, so are we talking about like a diploma looking document? No, we're not. We're talking about a certificate that has verbiage that we attach to a document. So let me see if I can find it for you and share it. All right, there's that. Let's move this over here. Okay, and then we have the jurat too. And then I want to show you guys a document without a notary certificate. Oh, I can use, let me find this. Yes. Oh, this one does have it on there, which is cool. So, okay. All right, so let me share my screen. Tell your screen. There you go. All right, so you guys see my screen, right? This is a document with a notary certificate present, okay? What is the notary certificate? Let me show you. What is it doing? That's not, no, that's not it. So then I can select it then. Nope, can't select it. Let's use a circle. All right, here we go. What the heck? All right. This is the notary certificate. All right. So when you hear someone saying, I don't know what you're talking about, what's a notary certificate? What's notary verbiage? This is the notary certificate. Okay. Also known as notary verbiage. All right. This is the space where we tell what we're doing to validate the document and notarize it. All right. And this notarization type is already present. Okay, so I don't need to ask the signer, what type of notarization do you want me to perform today? Which certificate do you want me to attach? I don't need to ask them because it's already present. All right, so looking at this notary certificate that I have circled, what type of notarization is this that we're performing, guys? Please drop it in the comments. Can you guys see my screen? Let me zoom in. Okay, there we go. The area I have circled here is the notary certificate, also known as the notary verbiage. All right. Okay, nobody's commenting, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you what type of notarization is this. It is an acknowledgement. How do I know this document is an acknowledgement? Because I have the keyword acknowledged right there. Okay. So it has the venue, all right, because that's another thing. So sometimes when you see these notary certificates, they may be missing some of the elements that are required for you to perform your notarization in your state. All right, so acknowledge before me in the county, state of your state, right? So there you go with the type of notarization and the venue, which is also known as the location. Here's the date on blank 2024. By, there's the person's name. And then you're going to sign it and put your expiration. It is missing the printed name of the notary, which you can just put right next here. And it is also missing how we ID the signer and how they appear before us. All right. So I'm going to delete this circle and I'm going to fill in this document, if it'll let me, and show you how to input some of the missing elements as well. So let me see if it'll let me fill in the document. What's that? No. What? Oh my God. All right. So, oh, well, you know what? Let me download it. I'll download it. Okay. All right. Let's look at it this way. All right. So we have the notary certificate here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Oh my God. Hold on, guys. This is my son's school. Hello. Yes, I'm doing fine. I did not mean to stop sharing. Sorry about that, guys. I have a middle school child who thinks that the school doesn't make the rules. He thinks that he makes the rules. So it's an everyday battle. All right, so back to what we're supposed to be doing. I'm going to show you guys how to fill the certificate out, because another question that I get, if the certificate is not the way they're supposed to be for my state, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so you have two options. You can make it compliant for your state by adding the missing elements, or you can strike through it, write see attached certificate, and attach the same type of notarization to the document via a loose certificate. All right. We already know that this is an acknowledgement, so we do not need to ask the signers. You do not need to tell them that you have to attach a certificate and ask them which one they want. You already know that this is an acknowledgement, so we are attaching a loose certificate acknowledgement if you're not going to use the certificate here. Another thing you need to know is, if you are not going to use the certificate that is on the document, don't fill it out. That's another problem. Notaries are filling out the certificate and adding a loose certificate. Do not do that. Okay? We're not doing that. We're going to type see attached certificate. Let's see if it'll let me do it. All right. So what you would do is you would type see attached certificate. Okay? And then you're not going to fill this out at all. What you would do is you would fill out a loose certificate acknowledgement. This is a loose certificate acknowledgement. Okay? This is from the NNA. I do have my own, but for the purposes of this video, I am going to share with you the NNA's version. The NNA version comes with instructions on how to fill out the certificate, so you won't be confused on how to do it. All right? So this is the certificate. In this optional section, you are going to fill out what document this certificate belongs to. All right? Now, that's if you add a certificate. Now, what if, let's just say the person doesn't want you to add a certificate. They want you to use the one that's here. You can do that. Just add the missing elements. All right, so the first element we have here, acknowledge before me in, oh wait, Stephanie got, let's see. When I first started, I used to fill out the one on the document and attach a loose one. Now I know better. Correct, yeah, we don't want to fill out both, so good for you. And then Vernita already made the comment that this certificate is missing elements, all right? So I'm in Florida, and in Florida, I have 9 elements that I need to make sure are present in a certificate in order for me to complete the notarization. So this is what I'm going to follow. Okay. I already have the type of notarization. It says acknowledged. All right. Acknowledged before me in, after here says county. So what does it want me to type here? It wants me to type the county. So I'm going to type the county. All right. And then after that, it says state of. It wants me to put the state. So I'm going to put the state. Okay. It's asking me for the date. So I'm going to put the date. And it's asking for the signer's name. Okay. Now, what's missing? Okay. I have the type of notarization. I have the location, which is the location where you are currently doing the notarization, which is also known as the venue. It has the date. It has the signer's name. What it doesn't tell me, though, is how did the signer appear before me and how did I ID them? So I'm going to have to add that. So I can just type it in here or write it. Make sure I'm spelling this right. Is it going to get cut off? Let's see. Oh, identification. Yeah, it got cut off a little bit, but I think I can make this smaller. Let's see. Yeah, I can. There we go. All right. Then my printed name is missing. The notary's printed name needs to be present for Florida, right? Notary public signature, notary public printed name. Okay, right below, it's asking me for my commission expiration. Okay, and then I'm going to put my signature. My signature is going to go right here. What? Oh, I need to. What happened to my signature? I can't grab it. Okay, so all right, there we go. It's going to sit it right there. Move it here, and then they want a seal. I'm just going to put a shape here for a seal. All right, and there we go. All right, so now this document is compliant for my state as it has all the elements that are necessary. Okay, I have the venue, the type of notarization, the date, how the person appeared before me, the person's name, the ID they produce, my signature, my printed name, and my stamp. That should be 9 elements. Let's count. Type of notarization, we got 1. Venue, 2. Date, 3. Signer, 4. Appeared before me, 5. ID, 6. My signature, 7. My printed name, 8. My stamp, 9. So now this certificate can be used as is. The signer doesn't have to stress out thinking that they won't be able to use this, because some signers too also believe if you attach an additional document that they won't accept it because they don't know. You're not a notary, you don't know. Now, if they call the recipient and they say no, they don't want a certificate attached, you can either make the certificate compliant if you have room, or you have to tell them that you won't be able to perform the notarization. And people don't want to hear that, but that's just how it is. We are never to make exceptions to appease the public and miss out on notarizing the document appropriately. Okay. Now, there are people, because they don't know how the notarization has to be done, they'll take the document as is because they don't know. All right. So never think they're not going to accept it if I don't do it right. They probably will. Okay. Because the person doesn't know how it's supposed to be done. The person who's receiving it, they probably will. But that is no excuse for you to not perform your notarizations according to state statutes where you are commissioned. Okay. No excuse. You need to be performing your notarizations according to your state statutes every time. All right. So also the document shouldn't be blank. Okay. For the purposes of this video, it is, but the document needs to be already filled in before you start notarizing and signing this document. Okay, guys? So that's it. That is how the notarization is supposed to look. This here is the certificate or verbiage. Okay, hold on. Won't let me spread this out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so don't worry about, oh, I don't know what that is. This is it here. This is the certificate. This is the verbiage. Sometimes it's going to be pre-printed. Sometimes it's not going to be pre-printed. Sometimes you're going to have to add a certificate, like I showed you. Okay, you would add an acknowledgement or a jurat. All right, Benita said, I turned down a customer notarial verbiage and didn't want an attachment and wanted me to complete her form. Yeah, I would have turned it down too. I can't perform the notarization incorrectly because you think it's supposed to be done a certain way. So good for you. These are the 2 common types of notarizations that we will be performing. You explain the 2 to the signer and then you attach it. Do not fill out the certificate if you are attaching a certificate. Only thing you're going to type or write is see attached certificate, guys. All right. So I hope that this helped debunk what you guys were talking about in the Facebook groups. Did anybody have any questions? No questions. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your experiences with the notary certificates and um, being a part of my live and participating. It always makes this much more worth it if I have people arriving and showing up to talk to me. All right, so you guys have a good rest of the week, a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys again next Wednesday. Bye.